Okay, here we are. This is my scanning software on top my desktop. And if you don't know how to locate the scanning app in your Windows software, go down here to the taskbar and I'm going to click on that and type in scan. And just a couple letters because I've been looking for this. There is my scanning app. Now I have this pinned to my start menu. So there is a selection there to unpin. Yours might or will say pin to start, or you can pin it to your taskbar if you do a lot of scanning. Today, I'm going to click on the app and that will get us right into here. And here is my printer. And of course, yours is going to be different. If you need to go find your printer, just click the download arrow and it will show you the printers or scanners, the combos available. Down here, I've already selected the file type as PNG. That's the graphic file that I prefer. And if you've been in any of my classes, you know what I'm referring to when I say raster graphic. This is an image file. So these are all image formats, and I like PNG. It's much more modern type. And I am saving this to the location of my desktop for today. You can save it anywhere you want. So let's click on scan, and my printer is warming up. I hear it gonna be doing its work, and you could do this. You could take a picture on your phone and email it to yourself, or any way you can to get it to your PC desktop. So there it is. It says it was saved to your desktop, and I want to take a look at it because it is a full page of the image. Now, this is an image from a book by Anne Bright. This is some of her free motion quilting designs. I'll bet you have a lot of, if you've been a quilter for any time, I bet you have a lot of these books on your bookshelf. I'm going to click edit because I don't need this full page. All I want to get is that little cowboy boot. So I'm going to use the handles here to to crop off, if you will, all the extra stuff. I don't need the dotted lines. Don't need the edge of the page. Okay, and I'm cropping it right up to the edge of that boot image. Okay, I take a glance around. That looks pretty good. Okay, so I want to save this. I don't want to save a copy, but I want to save it as the file. And that looks good. So let's go over to Pro Stitcher Designer and I'll show you how to use this image. Okay, here we are in Designer. I've opened it up. We're going to create a new design. I'm going to go to the Tools tab and we're going to bring this image in. I'm going to load the backdrop and it opens up to my File Explorer, the desktop, and there is my scan of my boot. So let's open that. Okay. And I am going to use the magic wand image today. You could also use the auto vectorizing tool. You wouldn't need to bring in the backdrop, just go in and get it from there. We may, if we have time, use both these tools. So I'm going to zoom in on this guy. I'm going to use the magic wand, but look, oh, it's grayed out, isn't it? How do I turn it on? Well, just go over here and click on any of the drawing tools. It doesn't matter which one, you can use any of them. I'm going to click on the pencil tool and now my magic wand lit up. So now I'm going to click on it. So now my cursor, my mouse cursor, changes to a little wand. And all I need to do is click on that magic wand. You might be able to see some faint tracings here in the background. And know that that happens with scanned images. Maybe not so much uh, with pictures if you took a picture on your phone, but do be aware of that. Anne's pages are fairly heavy and she doesn't print on the other side, but if you're taking an image like from a coloring book or something, you may get some residual images from the back. So just be aware of that, that's um, getting those little ghost images from um, a reverse image from another page, or the see-through, if you will. Okay, so I did get something here in my sequence view. If I click on that plus, you'll see I've got a piece of artwork and there is my boot. So let's go to view and turn off our backdrop. Oh, you could actually delete the backdrop. You don't really need it anymore. So there is my image, but look, I've got double lines, and that's maybe not, well, of course it isn't. It's not necessarily what I want for my quilting design. I don't want to go around it twice. So what we need to do is click on this image. We're going to right click and we're going to break it apart. Okay. Now, that gives us 4 pieces of artwork. So I've got lines that crossed over here. I got some loop-de-loops. And what to do with that? Well, I'm going to see what I've got here. I've got that big loop. I've got a little loop here. Okay, that's that second piece of artwork. So I'm hovering over that little pencil on top piece of paper, and that shows you what all these pieces of artwork are. So I'm click on that last one, and I'm going to drag him to the side. Okay, now I'm going to go to navigation, and I'm going to move my window so that I have a good look at what I've got here. Okay, I'm going to go back to the sequence view. Okay, so I've got 2 boots, and this boot doesn't have this inside loop, but I could live with that if I want to make this a continuous line, but I'd like to have that loop in the top, which is the bottom of the boot right now. So, okay, what I'm going to do is use this boot and just do a little bit of cleanup. So we're going to go to our reshape tool, and I'm going to select this boot because this is the one I want. And I'm going to zoom way in here. And now I'll do let's go down to the bottom of the boot first, and I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. So this one, if I go out a little bit, I can zoom out on my wheel or drag this over. This one, if I just take that piece away, okay, I've still got the loop-de-loop. So I can live with, the distance they are apart, or I can snug, I'm going to select 2 of these nodes, and I'm going to snug them in if you want them to be closer. That gives me good vibes. I like that one. Okay. Now, without having to zoom in, let's just go to our navigator and move up here. So now what to do with this? This one didn't behave quite the same as that bottom loop, but with our tools, we can just go in here and grab things and reshape them. Okay, bring these a little bit closer. Okay, I like that. So now I can take this piece and hit delete on your keyboard, or I just went up and cut it out. I'm going to go back here. Maybe I want to bring this spur in just a little bit closer. Okay, so you can fiddle around with this design and just reshape it as make it your own. Okay. Just be just be mindful that this is a copyrighted design. You can't go out and sell this design, if you will. So there, that looks pretty good. Now, my start and stop point is here on the point of this star of the spur. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to take this boot and I'm going to delete it. I don't need it. I'm pretty happy with that. You decide how you like it. I am going to go to modify. I'm going to center my design. Okay. And all I have to do now, let's flip it up right. We don't want a upside down boot. Okay. So don't forget to save your design as a C2S design. Okay, wherever you want to store it, and save that C2S working format, and then save it in the stitch file format after you've applied stitches. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that video and you have a better understanding of how to bring in images and use the tools found in Designer. So we use the magic wand. Oh, we have a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and try that auto vectorizing tool. So let's open a new file, go back to tools, and this time we're going to use auto vectorizing. So I'm going to need to browse for that file on my desktop and click open and next, and all looks good. I've cropped that image in the scanning software. So the only thing I may need to do here is some color reduction. We're waiting for that to come up. Yep, I'm getting all kinds of extra stuff. So we want the white to black. So let's reduce the colors. I'm going to get rid of all this gray. Whoops. Make sure I click on what I want to get rid of, and it's getting rid of my black. So that's probably all the further it's going to let me get rid of. It's not letting me get rid. Sometimes it's going to depend on the image too. It's I want the white and the black. Let's see a preview. That cleaned it up pretty good. I'm going to try one more time to get rid of the gray. And it's still wanting to get rid of the black. So we'll just have to live with that and click finish. And you'll see it brought in all that extra clutter. Let's look at the sequence view. Yeah, I've got lots of extra stuff, but I can take that away and delete that. So we'll cut that out. And then I have a piece of this. Let's drag that away, select it and drag it away so I make sure I'm not getting rid of something I want. Get rid of that, get rid of that. And this isn't going to happen to you all the time, but it may. Okay, there's some more down here. You simply go through and delete those little pieces that are causing you an annoyance. What I could do is just there. I dragged my artwork Now I can select all of this. That's lots of clutter rather than selecting it individually. And there's one more piece down here. So cut that away. Okay, now we're back to the double lines. And just like we did in the last file, go ahead and break that apart and reshape your cowboy boot. So that's two ways: auto vectorizing and the magic tool that I showed you how to digitize images that you may have sitting around on your bookshelf. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up and a like, and be sure to subscribe to my channel and keep those good questions coming.